All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to Onelife Podcast. Here with Malena with MP Visions.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
She is a talented videographer, photographer,
Yes.
and also a fitness advocate. Live and breathe this stuff, right?
I do.
Get your Celsius. So this is cool because I do photos and video, very passionate about it. I haven't had the chance, after all these podcasts, I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone about video.
Right on.
So I'm excited.
I know, me too.
Yeah, so let's do this. What got you into it? How long have you been doing it for?
So videography, I started in January of last year.
Gotcha. So not too long.
Not too long
Gotcha.
at all. I was doing photo before that. I did it a little bit through college. And then when I got out of college, and then
how long have you been a photographer for?
photographer. So I would say I started in 2014.
God, so this is interesting because I went from video to photos.
A lot of people
do. Photos to video. How was the transition? And do you feel like it helped you a lot?
I feel like...
Because you do quite good video already for how long you've been doing it.
Yes, thank you.
And my photography was quite good from the start because of video. So I'm just curious.
I feel like it was an easy transition. I feel like the only hard part was switching from Canon to Sony and figuring
Because
that
everyone
out.
who does photos is Canon, right? Canon lenses, they get stuck in that realm.
Oh, it was hell.
Because you got 10 grand worth of Canon lenses and now you don't want to buy a Sony and all the expensive lenses.
Exactly. And a lot of people in Vegas don't use Canon. So it was very hard to sell that stuff.
Why did you want to go to Sony?
I heard it was better. The 4K, the quality. Canons are a little bit more expensive. You can't really do much with it either. I heard the Sonys are more well-rounded.
Okay. And you got Sony A7 III, which is what we're shooting on here, which I have another one sent away right now.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, I have two. I love them. And
They're
I
good.
want another two.
Yeah.
But no, I actually want the A7 IV because of the 4K 60 and the no time limit for the podcast.
Yes. I heard those cinema ones are good too. What are they called? I forgot what the name of them is, but they're like the cinema cameras in Sony and they're like $5,000.
Yeah, another one. I mean, the equipment's so cool. So what is it about video that you like so much?
I like being able to capture a story and the emotion of people.
Story being a good word, isn't it? Not just
is.
like snapshot.
So my big thing with videography is I feel like my niche is being able to create, like get to know the person. I kind of can get to know them through just like shooting with them and obviously the conversation. And I can make a story out of what I know and like what I can feel from them and like who they are with the video.
Are you mainly just doing fitness stuff or are you doing? Okay.
So a lot of fitness people have stories.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Are you doing fitness because, why are you doing the fitness? It's just something you're passionate about or is it just what you started with?
It's kind of just what I've started with.
Okay.
I've been in the industry for a long time. My boyfriend is big in the industry and so it's kind of that was my way in there. I do enjoy it, but I'd rather hopefully move up somewhere else.
I always say this too with photos or video. If you get the right model and you get the right area and then you get the right lighting, it's pretty hard to go wrong with either one. And when you're doing fitness and you're doing people who are in extreme good shape, you've already absolutely nailed one element.
Exactly.
I mean, you could do it on your phone and still take a pretty damn good picture or video. Never on a professional camera, in a gym. Are you using lighting for your video?
I don't. I use the natural lighting right now.
Okay, and that's the beauty about the A7 III is the low, or Sony's in general. The low light is so good.
It's beautiful.
That's literally, I started with the A6500. The only reason I upgraded to the full frame was for the low light. Yeah. Because I was like, every gig I was kind of worried, and now I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
And I can just, as long as my camera's charged as an SD card, I know I'm okay.
Yep.
And I've shot some crazy stuff.
I do have one of your lights that you have, though. I just have yet to use it. Most of the gyms I train in, the lighting is like perfect. So.
Which light have you got? Which light do you have?
That little LED one that you had.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't even know why I got that. I think it goes in the whole shoe and I've never really used it.
I've used it a few times. I use it with photography and I liked it better than the actual flashes.
Do you really? You like the continuous light? See, that's when I was a videographer going into photography, I'm like, can't you just use continuous light? Yeah. Me not having understanding how strobes work.
Yeah.
But now I can use strobes. I'm like, no, I love my strobes.
Man. I know I still have my flash, and I was like, I need to get rid of that thing. There's no use for it. I never used it.
With photography, did you shoot natural or with lighting?
I usually did natural.
Have you done much with strobes?
Nope.
Strobes is so good.
I tried it, and I was like, I hate photography. Bye.
Really?
Yeah, I could not figure it out.
I loved it. And I because the beauty is, like, I've shot some amazing photos in people's front yards.
Yeah.
Or the most random place, but when you light it, you can make it look so epic.
Different.
Whereas like natural, it's good, but you need to have a pretty good location.
Yeah.
Or it needs to be sunset or the middle of the day without strobes, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
With strobes, you can make it look like you can make it look pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So I
might get back into it.
But I mean, that's a personal thing too, right? It's not, you kind of like, some people like shooting fitness style, some people like video, some people like photos, some people like shooting vertical format, which drives me crazy because it goes against everything that I do
both.
I mean, I do both now because you have to, but at first I was like, oh my God, this is not right.
Yeah,
How has that been for you shooting vertical?
Are
you shooting vertical or are you just zooming in?
I shoot vertical
most
of the time, unless I'm doing people's YouTube or if I'm doing different businesses, I'll do horizontal, but
so
the vertical, I like it a little bit better. It's easier though because I got the cage for my phone just so I can like have more of a grip on the camera.
Yeah.
Because I still have a Canon lens.
You got the adapter.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Hate it, but I'm doing that right now, so it's big and it's heavy. So I have the cage, and it makes it easier to hold it when it's horizontal.
Okay. Tamron lenses are great.
The Tamron ones?
The
Tamron, yeah.
Yeah, Tamron for Sony are great. I don't own any Sony lenses because the
Tamrons
are half the price. Oh, I mean, Sigmas are good too.
Yeah.
What are your go-to lenses?
The 24 to 70.
2.8?
Yes.
Yeah, and then have you got a 70 to 200? Mm-hmm. 2.8?
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I have.
Yeah.
That's all I ever use.
I had a 35 millimeter.
Like 1.4?
Yeah, the 1.4.
Yeah.
I loved that for photography. That was probably my favorite one.
It's such an expensive, like it's a lens I want to get. I want to get a 70 1.4 and a 35 1.4. That's so damn expensive.
So expensive. I feel like Canon's super expensive.
And it's kind of at that point, like, hey, I can drop $2,000 on this lens, but is this lens going to make me more money?
Right.
And for me, I can honestly say no.
Mm-mm.
And that's
24 to 70 is the way to go.
And that's the problem I'm having now. Even getting a better camera, I'm like, this camera is not going to add any more value to my business.
Yeah.
Besides not having to jump up every 30 minutes and press record.
Exactly.
So there's so many things I want to talk to. What has been some of your like failing forward moments in photography and video where you've completely screwed up or you've learned from your mistakes?
I got a good one. What got me out of photography?
Geez, this must be.
It was like one of the main things. I did a wedding. My first wedding.
Oh, your first one?
My first one and my only one and my last one.
Really?
Never again.
Doing photos?
It was terrible. So they didn't want to hire a second shooter. So it was just me.
Yeah.
They said it was a small wedding. It was not a small wedding.
How big was it?
It was probably over 300 people.
Oh, damn, that's a huge wedding.
And it was inside this ginormous church. To me, that's a big wedding. I don't know. I was like,
no, that's a huge wedding.
I'm going to my wedding with 2 people, me and my mans. That's it. But, and it was terrible. My SD card all of a sudden stopped working the day of the wedding. So when I got there, I plugged it in and it said that it no longer can read my card.
Before you even started?
Before I even started.
Was that the only one you had?
Mm-hmm. And I checked it the day before.
You rely on everything working, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
I checked it the day before and the morning of. And then when I got there, it said it can no longer read it. So I had to wait 2 hours, which I was supposed to be getting all the girls getting ready at that point. And I had to wait to go to Best Buy or the camera store.
Oh, for it to open.
For it to open to buy multiple SD cards.
Gotcha. Finally
got it. And then
you feel like an idiot telling them.
I felt so stupid.
Yeah, everyone thinks you're stupid. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not your fault.
Yep.
But you can be more prepped.
Yes, I could be. That was a learning lesson. And then when I was shooting the ceremony, my flash stopped working and it was a darker church. So I was like... So
the battery didn't die, it just stopped working.
It just stopped working.
So which is out of your hands.
Exactly. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Spilt wine all over my dress. And so I was walking around with wine all over my dress, and I couldn't get the ceremony pictures like they wanted. And then what else happened? Something else happened. I don't want to say, but it had to do with some of the guests at the party. And basically I couldn't make it to their cake part.
Really?
So I wasn't there for the cake. And it was just like, they were
much did you
very
charge for
understanding. Oh, I charged, what is it? I think I charged $2,500.
Okay, so you're making decent money.
I made decent money for it, but they were happy until they weren't.
Yeah.
They were happy until they weren't. And I was just like, I will never do this again.
And the problem with weddings, as everyone knows, it's one wedding, one chance.
Mm-hmm.
You miss it, you miss it.
Yeah. Like so always hire a second shooter for one.
Yes.
For two, just be more
I've always shot weddings by myself.
Whew.
And I'm always like the kiss, all these things where you don't want to miss. You're like, literally like
something happens.
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you seen there's a videographer shooting a wedding and he treads in the water?
Really?
He goes completely under.
Are you kidding me? On accident?
Yeah, on accident. Because he's walking backwards filming and he steps in the water and goes literally under with his camera. And he jumps up and he gets out, he's covered, and he still starts shooting.
Oh my God.
I don't know if the stuff's still working or what, but I'm like,
if he's still shooting, I hope so.
What are you gonna do, right?
You can't do anything at that point.
Yeah, that's.
Oh wow, that'd be bad.
So that scared you off. I mean, I like shooting weddings, but I don't like shooting like 8-hour weddings.
Yeah, I was there for like 13 hours.
Yeah, it's a huge day. Yeah. What do you do? Multiple ones? It's the same thing, a different couple. And I like to be very passionate about what I do and look like I want to be there. And the beauty about working for yourself is not feeling like you're just checking in, like clocking in, clocking out. That's why I like shooting everything and anything, because it's all, like last night I was at a party with 200 people taking photos and videos.
Yeah.
So different. The day before I was shooting Rec Room where they're breaking stuff with baseball bats.
I saw that. That's
completely different animals.
You did tell me where that's at.
Yeah, we're going to go back out soon. So if you ever want to come break some stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a blast. So I like setting up what I like setting up and shooting what I like shooting. So I like to kind of do everything.
I like that.
So yeah, I mean, I've done a bit of fitness, but nowhere near what you've done.
Is that so? Have you always done everything, or how did you get started?
My first camera was a drone.
Really?
Really. That's how my story is so reversed. First camera was a drone. 2 weeks before Christmas, girlfriend at the time's like, what do you want for Christmas? Never shot video, never done anything in my life. I'm like, these drone things. DJI, what's the square ones called? I can't remember what it's called.
I don't even know what they're called.
Not the Mavics, the ones, the Phantom. DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus.
Okay.
Was like, oh, this kind of looks fun.
Right.
And I got it for Christmas. And I flew it. I think I had 2 batteries, ended up getting 4 batteries, and I flew it every single day.
That's awesome.
And I got obsessed. And I would fly 4 batteries back to back. And then I'd go home, charge them up, come back in the afternoon, fly another 4 batteries.
What did you
just whatever was around. Like, and what it did, I would go to the map in Vegas, and there's not a lot of water or anything pretty. Mm-hmm. I would look, hey, there's some water. I'm going to drive out there and fly drones around there. And I got to learn the place really well. Like, I feel like I know Vegas better than anybody, just from like literally trying to find stuff to film, and like all these like Red Rock and Valley Fire, all these places. It made me explore more because I wanted to film stuff.
Yeah.
But that's how I got into it. And then I went from that to a DJI Osmo.
Okay.
You remember that little, it was a handle with a little round thing. And you look through your phone.
Okay.
It was a 3-axis gimbal. And that was my first like camera. And then from there, I went to the Sony A6500.
Okay. And
I was just doing video. And then I ended up getting like doing A7S III, like doing video. Mm-hmm. And then I went to racing drones next. So I wasn't even doing photography yet.
Wow.
So I learned to use the goggles, I got really good at that. I put hundreds and hundreds and thousands of hours into that.
Wow.
And then I fell into photography. So I've only been doing photos for 2 years.
What made you switch?
I mean, I still do it all. I took a picture of my daughter on my phone, and it's the first time I ever tried to take a photo. And I was like, oh, that's not bad. That's nice.
Played with it a little bit.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe I could get into photography. And then I just shot every single day for 6 months.
Wow.
So I went from a newbie to like quite good, being able to get paid just as much as anybody else.
Yeah.
And that's the problem you see, and you probably relate to it. A lot of people do things half-assed, get half-assed results, get half-assed money.
Yeah.
If you want to do whatever it is in life, give 110%.
Yeah.
Put the time in. And I'm a big believer is 50% learning, 50% out applying. You can know how to diet, but unless you apply it, what's the point of knowing it, right? You can read every business book under the sun, but unless you apply the information in that book, what's the point of reading it in the first place?
Exactly.
And it goes back to my favorite quote, which is to read and not to do is really not to read. To know and not to do is really not to know at all.
I like that.
And everyone's like, knowledge is power. Yeah. Applied knowledge is power.
Yes.
So the reason I excel with things that I do in my life is because I put 110% in.
Yep.
So I don't mean to ramble, but I'm very passionate about.
I like that.
I'm very passionate about that stuff. And then now I do photos, videos, drones, everything with camera, podcasts.
That's awesome.
So that's awesome. Cool.
Going big.
It keeps it mixed up.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah. What else have I got for you? So the photography, you did the wedding. Had some fun stuff. What's the best thing about photography for you?
Photography?
Like for me, I love couples.
I loved maternity. I love shooting maternity photos and video.
Stuff that's natural, right? And beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like couples. It's the same type of thing, right?
Yep.
It doesn't need to be, it's not fake, it's not a model. It's
show your happiness and how much you love each other. Let me capture it.
Simple as that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I love doing like engagement shots or like wedding shots. Not 8-hour wedding shots, but like 1 hour intimate, like really crazy photos.
Yeah, I like that. I think because I can't wait to be a mom one day. I've always like
just you got that soft spot for it.
I got that soft spot for it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of when I lived back home. I was doing a lot of studio sessions. Maternity. Oh, you were. So they got to dress up in these like big gowns, and I got to
That's
take
cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
That's something. If I had a bigger place, I would like to get props and dresses and do those really. I would like to do less work with more effort and charge more.
Exactly.
Yeah, and make these like crazy photo.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one photo, but it's just like the best photo that person's ever seen, and they're the star of that photo.
Super unique. They have fun with it. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I can say from personal experience, my camera has taken me so many crazy, amazing experiences.
You like to travel?
Yeah. What's it been for you? What's some of like the coolest things you've done with a camera? You're like, I can't believe I'm meeting so and so, or I can't believe I'm doing this, or you must have had some moments, right?
I think moving here. I moved here in January, and that's when I started my videography business. I just jumped in. I'm from the Bay Area. Okay. And then moved to San Diego for a few months, and then moved out here with my boyfriend.
God, how do you survive in the Bay and San Diego?
The Bay?
They're expensive places, right?
Man.
Can you charge a lot more?
You definitely can. I was working with a lot of people outside of the fitness industry in the Bay Area, and I feel like the fitness industry is they don't like to pay a lot of money.
They haven't got a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's why it's a lot of the reason I stay away from that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, everyone's in shape. I'm not trying to disrespect the industry, but nobody gets paid any money.
Yeah.
Even the Olympia guys don't get paid that much money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, business owners, the average realtor makes $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
Real estate isn't a good industry for us either.
For some reason, my mom tells me differently, and I'm going to tell her that. I'm going to tell her you said that because she keeps bugging me to do it, and I'm like...
There's some big money in it. But same as photographers. The average photographer makes $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
You got to be you got to be in that top percentage.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there's money in everything, but you've got to put the time, the books, the reading, the play, all that.
Exactly. And one day, my goal is to leave. I've worked full-time as well. So I'm working full-time, and then I work for like different businesses for videography.
How is that? Like, that must be nice because that extra money must just be straight in your pocket.
Man,
That must be nice.
It is. It's
Whereas
nice.
I'm all in.
Yeah, it's definitely. I can't wait to quit. Let me tell you, because I do want to go all in.
How much is that paying per hour? If you don't mind me asking.
They don't pay me shit.
Okay, so you're on minimum 10, 15.
I do it for the medical benefits.
Okay.
I'm type 1 diabetic, so
Oh, you really? Mm-hmm. You're born with diabetes?
No, I got it in college.
Wow. Can we touch on that?
Yeah, of course.
How does that work? Because I had thought you had to be born with type 1.
No. Do you know what mono is?
I do.
So I
couldn't explain it to you, but
me either, really. I was very young. Well, I was kind of young. I was in college, but it was just a sickness. It went around the entire school, actually. And I got stuck with it for about 9 months, and it ended up killing my pancreas.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So I got it my freshman year.
When you say killing it, like having it removed?
They literally just stopped working.
Wow. Is it still there?
It's still there.
Okay.
It's still there.
Just not doing anything. Wow.
Yeah.
So that made you diabetic?
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So all the symptoms started happening, and then got diagnosed. My friend was doing a project on it at that time, actually. So that's how I found out. She's like, you need to check it because doctors don't check it. Because I had all the symptoms of it.
Why would you check it? No, but I mean, seriously, like, why would you check that?
Exactly.
Like, you're a healthy young lady.
I'm a healthy athlete.
Like, yeah.
Never had any
You're
problems.
beyond healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're doing insulin daily now?
Mm-hmm. A lot.
Wow. How was that for you?
I'm used to it now.
How long has it been now?
2012.
Okay, so fair. Wow. That's, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always like, when you're born and you haven't got things, you're like, oh my God, I'm so thankful I haven't got this, and this. But then to suddenly
just get something
so extreme, which is life or death, it's
a pain in the ass sometimes. But
oh my God,
I'm still healthy. I do other things to like help me with it, and I definitely could be better, but I stay pretty busy.
So that keeps your diet on check, and that probably keeps you more accountable.
It does keep me more accountable. Yeah.
Is that why you're drinking? Like, you always have stuff with you?
Well, actually, these don't spike my blood sugar. Okay. So these are pretty good.
Do you keep stuff on you on a daily basis?
I usually do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
what type of stuff do you keep on you?
I'll do like Sour Patches are my favorite. They're not really supposed
I was gonna say, if you need something, you might as well enjoy it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like a few Sour Patches, but when your blood sugar drops and you end up needing it, your body wants to just go ham on everything. So it's pretty difficult.
So do you keep stuff in your pocket, or?
I'll keep it in my purse usually.
Okay. Yeah. Do you feel it coming on quicker?
Yeah, you can feel it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only known one person who was type 1 diabetic. The girl was kind of seeing for it at first, and she got super grumpy one time very quickly.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow.
If it's too high or if it's really low, like, don't mess with me.
How's your boyfriend handle it?
He does pretty well, actually. He does pretty well.
Does he know, like, when you need something? Or
oh yeah. And last night
you start yelling at him, he's feeding you gummy bears. You're like, what do you?
I stick my head when it's low. I'll put myself in the freezer. Like, because I'm so like hot and shaky and sweaty, I'll just stick myself in the freezer, and he'll come and he'll rub my back and he'll feed me food, and
that's
like
nice.
honey. I usually do honey when I'm at home. So
is that just because it's quick and
very quick? You just need a spoonful, and all the crap doesn't go into your body.
Wow.
So
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. It shaped me a lot. I'm grateful for it.
In what way?
I feel like I was a stubborn child.
I can see that.
I was a stubborn kid, and I was a pain in the ass in college, let me tell you. Even like through my first year. I feel like it allowed me to be grateful for a lot of things.
Humbled you in a way, did it?
It humbled me. And it taught me a lot about myself internally. Not a lot of people spend time on their health. And if they do, they don't know like the depths of certain things. And I feel like it gave me a purpose, and it gave me a voice to speak about something that not a lot of healthy people really get. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So it gave me the ability to teach people and
lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you pretty public about it on your social and stuff?
I used to be. I don't really do it anymore, so not a lot of people know about it.
Okay.
But
What made you stop?
I stopped doing content, like getting into content for a long time. And then once I started picking up, like, I don't post much video for my videos.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I don't post too much about it. I'm usually...
Where's on the opposite?
I know.
You don't want to follow me.
Oh, I do. I think you have great stuff. It motivated me. I was like, I need to get my shit going, man.
Oh, that's cool.
So many people tell me, like, Malena, you got to post. You got to post. And I'm like, you don't understand. I work a full-time job. I'm tired. And then I go into work all day.
You've also got a safety net, and I don't.
Huh?
You've got a safety net, and I don't. And that's a big, but also have more time.
If I didn't need this safety net, I would quit it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
So the insurance with the diabetes, that's the big part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
As soon as I have enough money to get it all going for myself, like, I think I'm getting close. I'm getting very close to be like, peace out.
That's from my personal experience, the biggest thing, get a certain amount of safety net behind you.
Yeah.
Once you have that safety net, you can say yes and no to jobs. You can overquote jobs that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
You're in charge.
Exactly.
I mean, I worked last night for 2 hours. It was a party. It was $250 an hour. Take photos and videos. I didn't have to edit it. There's a massive table full of food that I sat there and ate for 2 hours while I did photos. It was easy.
It was a good time.
But it was also 10 p.m. at night. I didn't get home to 12:30. So it's not that I'm complaining, but I mean,
if I didn't have to take this, I wouldn't. Basically, right?
So I mean, it was easy, but it was also. So your camera hasn't taken you anywhere too crazy? Because I can think of so many things. So many things. I could talk to you for an hour about the experiences I've had with a camera. I
feel like my full-time job keeps me in a certain place to where I don't really have the ability to like go anywhere that I want right now.
Yeah, that safety net's holding you back a bit.
Yeah. And so that it's trust me, it's been on my mind a lot. And so I definitely have plans. I'm going to push you. I hope. Come on.
I'm going to push you. I know how rewarding it can be.
Yeah, I feel it too. So once I feel like I can get out of that, I'll be able to explore a little bit more. But moving here, the people that I've met in the fitness industry alone, and a little bit outside of the fitness industry, it's been a blessing. Like that's a big reward for me.
Are you quite ambitious, or you just kind of go with the flow?
I'm pretty ambitious.
Okay. So you don't mind like pushing hard and reaching out and
no.
Okay.
No.
So you got the right mentality. You just gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just gotta. So for me, that's like a couple years ago. I was like, had the talent. I was like, obviously I can get better. But what I did is like, this is the stuff that I want to do. So I started reaching out to all the cool stuff that I wanted to do. And in 12 months, I was in the amount of helicopters I was in. Like I can't. I've been in a helicopter so much now, my heart rate doesn't even change. Really? Put it that way. Just like a pilot. I'm so used to being in a helicopter, door off, hanging out the helicopter.
That'd be a sick video.
I was riding jet skis around Statue of Liberty earlier this year off the back with a gimbal.
What?
I was in Mike Tyson's house 2 years ago shooting Mike Tyson, which was posted in front of, I think it's like 3 million people, something like, and that was just a random phone call. And I was there the next day.
Oh, wow.
Call out my good friend at the time. Hey, you want to go meet Mike Tyson? And I'm not saying this in an arrogant or cocky way. I'm just mean the stuff I've done. It's like I've driven bulldozers and excavators and jet skis and indoor skydiving, the rec room the other day, breaking stuff. Like
that's sick.
There's so many camping on the edge of Grand Canyon on the North Rim, which is a 2-hour isolated drive to get there.
Yep.
There's rattlesnakes and scorpions everywhere, but we're camping out there.
I've been there.
You've been there? Yeah, it's amazing, right?
Yep.
It's a hell of a drive out there, but it's like, I kind of lose track on how much cool thing. Chasing sports cars 80 miles an hour at Speed Vegas with racing drones.
That'd
like,
be sick. Okay.
I mean, there's been so many amazing stories.
Yeah.
And that's being from Australia and doing what I do. I couldn't have done 3/4 of stuff that I've done. Being in Vegas has been the best place to do what I do.
Yeah.
Because there's so many cool things available.
And there's so many people. There's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities, right? Like there's 300 weddings a day in Las Vegas. I'm not sure if you know that.
Are you kidding?
300 per day.
Oh,
it's a huge market just to do weddings.
Huh.
You could easily make $100K just shooting weddings. If that's where you want to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not. But I mean, that's an opportunity. I mean, the adventure stuff here, there's like 600 adventure companies in town.
Yeah.
Like Papillon Helicopters, who I work with, own $3.5 million helicopters. I'm pretty sure that company owns more helicopters in Australia than Australia has in the whole country. Wow. So, I mean, there's all this.
Let me tell you, can you bleep stuff out?
You can't. You want to share?
No, I had a very big opportunity that presented itself last week. And it was my birthday last week. So it was like right before my birthday, and it was a huge opportunity. It would have taken me out of my job. I had been in a really good financial spot, and it had to do with videography.
Yeah.
They told me they wanted me to work for them. Hopped on an interview. They said they wanted me. Ghosted me right after that.
Oh.
Literally ghosted me. I said, "What time do you want me to be there?" Didn't respond.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why was that, you think?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I know, but...
Okay. You can tell me afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was like... So it kind of like shut me down for a second. I was like, okay, it took me a few days to like get out of that. But now I got it back and I'm like, screw all of you. Like, I'm gonna find it either way. I'm going to get it either way.
I mean, and that's the thing, right? It kind of goes back to that mentality that's like, okay, so I signed a contract with a company 2 days before COVID. Biggest contract I've ever signed. Still hasn't happened.
Really?
Huge.
Love that.
For an amazing thing, which would have been amazing.
Right.
But because of the type of industry, because of COVID,
just
still hasn't happened. But did I let that stop me? No. Yeah, it sucked. But I mean, I just got it back up on the horse and find that next opportunity, right?
Yeah. I think you get to sit. You're allowed to sit in something for a few days and feel how you want to feel, and then get that drive back.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but you find that like when you work for yourself, you constantly make mistakes. Things are constantly happening. People are constantly. Everybody's always late. It blows my mind how late everybody always is. Nobody cares about your time besides you.
Yep.
I was gonna. What's some of the things that's happened to you where you're like, I can't believe this person's been an hour. Like, for example, I've had people 52 minutes late to an hour photo shoot.
I've had people not even show up and then hit me a couple of days later like, oh, my bad, I forgot.
They pay you?
Oh, no. They were supposed to pay me that day. I was doing cash those times. And I was like...
It's fun, right? Do you take deposits?
Oh, yeah.
Every time now?
Oh, yeah. But it's not...
And the time you don't take deposits, the time you get screwed?
Exactly.
It's nuts, right?
Exactly. I'm like... Okay, I'm going to make a contract for everything, and I'm making deposits for everything at this point.
What deposit you do?
I just do through, like, Zelle. I do, like,
Oh, but you do a percentage? Like, I do 25%.
I'll just do, like, $50. I'll have them do $50, and then...
Really? I would take higher.
Yeah.
Because the beauty about it, if they don't show up or whatever it is, or you drive it and they cancel, at least you're getting...
Your times.
At least you get, I mean, not what you're worth, but at least you're getting something significant where you're like, hey, this sucks, but at least I'm making X amount of money. Yeah. Whereas $50 is like,
I think once I get out of the fitness industry, it might be a little bit easier to maneuver that.
Who's the coolest person that you've shot in the fitness industry?
Oh, my man. No.
It's been someone like you look up to who you're like, I can't believe I'm meeting so-and-so. Because you shot some pretty cool people in the fitness side. Yeah,
I have. Honestly, my favorite would have to be my boyfriend. I think, yeah, he's a big inspiration to me.
In what way?
How hard he works, how driven he is. He's taught me a lot just within myself and my business. That's by just awesome. How he moves and how he treats his business with bodybuilding.
So what does he do?
He's a professional bodybuilder.
And what's the business with that? So
he does online training. He also has his sponsorships. So his work towards bodybuilding and stepping on stage, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. And then just how he handles that and tackles it. I don't know if you've heard many stories of like different bodybuilders.
Not particularly.
And just how prep is. It's very taxing. It's a very selfish thing. It's a very selfish sport, and he's learned how to be very unselfish. Okay. So he's a pleasure to be around.
But still succeed. Yeah. And that's a whole skill in itself. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool because like your closest person is the biggest influence on you. Exactly. And you want that person like leading by example, and you want to add to each other. You never want someone pulling from one another.
Yeah. I've met a lot of great people, but I think because of the industry. It's very big, but it's also very small. I think.
Yeah, it's a very tight community, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he's probably my favorite, like, non-biased. He would be, even if...
No, that's amazing you can say that. I mean, that's amazing. It's your boyfriend that you're saying that about, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's the person you want to be with forever and the person you want to marry.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. So he needs to be watching this and...
Love you. No, but yeah, he's an amazing person. Even if he wasn't mine, like, I think he'd be my favorite.
No, I like that. Yeah. With the video, you gimbal, freehand, bit of both?
So I tried getting a gimbal. I saw you...
You're one of these people, are you?
I got one. 2, actually. The first one came up with no parts. Like, it had missing pieces. And I was like, okay. And the second one, I was trying to figure it out. I got it all put together, and I was doing the balancing on it. And then I called the people, and they said, oh, you're only supposed to have... It only holds like 4 pounds. It's a nice ass gimbal.
Oh, because you... Okay.
And I'm like...
You got the big ass Sony lens.
The Canon one.
Oh, the Canon lens.
The 24-70. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, okay.
But I saw that you have a big lens on yours as well, but you were holding a gimbal.
I can't use my 70-200 on it though.
But you use the 24-70?
24-70 is fine.
So you need to tell me what gimbal you get so I can get that
Yeah,
one.
I use the Zion Weeble.
Oh, okay.
Gimbal. The main reason it's very small, so when I'm in helicopters and things like that,
I need that.
It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the problem is there's some lenses I would like to have, but they're never going to balance on the gimbal.
Yeah.
And that's the pros and cons of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, buy it for photography, and now I need another one for video that does the exact same job.
Yep.
It's quite tricky.
So I got a cage, and even though it's great, it's like I do want to get.
It's good to be able to do both, but yeah, it's sometimes it's so many times I've needed a gimbal.
My hands just cramp up because I'm doing it for long periods of time.
I mean, even just being a female, right? Just holding the weight of it. I think it's heavy after a while.
It's heavy as hell.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
The first gimbal I got didn't have the tripod on the bottom.
Ooh.
So you either had to turn it off and lay it down or hold this damn sucker. And now they all come with a stand where you can I literally, as soon as I finish shooting, I put it on the ground and just let it sit there.
Yep.
But yeah. And some people got really shaky hands. I don't know if you do. I've got very smooth hands.
I do not.
Really?
I have very shaky hands, so I need it. So I'm like...
So if you're shooting a horror film, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
So if you're trying to get a slow pan.
I do well sometimes, but I'm kind of learning little different tricks to kind of take away that shakiness, kind of move the camera.
Do you use a neck strap?
I did.
Yeah, where you use it as a lever.
Started hurting my neck though.
I've never done that. I've just seen guys do it.
Yeah, I used one, and then on the top, if you hit the top of the camera or something, it'll shut off the screen. I need to get one of those things. The screen on top. So it'll shut the screen off every time you touch the front of the camera or something. So I was just like, screw this damn neck thing. I'm just going to get something else because it shuts off on me all the time. I'm like,
I love how you're failing like I am.
I think we all have the same problems.
Yeah, we all do go through the same crap. Trying to think of mistakes I've made over the years. I think it got to a point where I would send the client the stuff and I was like, I hope they like it. And it always come back and change this, can change that. But what I'm finding now, because I've done it so much and I've learned now I send it generally 99.9% of the time. Touch wood, I don't jinx myself. Everyone's like, yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Same here. Every time I send something, I'm like, I play through it a few times. And then I show my boyfriend, I'm like, do you like it? And he'll give me an answer and he'll say, yeah, it's really good. I'm like, there's not enough energy in that. What do I need to fix? I need you to be really excited about this video before I send it.
There's nothing worse than redoing stuff.
And they end up loving it. I did have one question for you though. What do you get clients who ask you for the non-edited, all the
real footage?
I
literally got asked it today.
What do you do?
So that
people tell me, okay, charge or no. And I'm like, I don't want to send people my real footage. If you could look at my real footage, it's just different little baby clips of because it's videography.
That's what mine is.
And it's just some of it, I'll not record. I'll stop recording after I drop the camera.
It's a shot of your foot.
It's my foot, or it's me talking in between, and I'm like, I'm not sending any of this.
So I think it goes back to the same thing with people asking for raw photos. You've probably felt that too, right? I think there's a lot of ego with photographers and videographers where like, oh no, like I would never send that because blah, blah, blah. Or, hey, so to start with raw photos, I have no problem sending someone the raw photos.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to, it's the person might edit themselves and it's never going to come back and reflect me. Like,
well, what if they like tagged you in a photo that they edited that you didn't?
I mean, is that one person going to jeoprize my entire reputation in my business? No, I think not, unless maybe they're huge. But they only get to look at my page like, hey, this guy's obviously like
really good,
knows what he's doing.
Right.
I mean, some things sometimes are like, hey, yeah, you can have the raw photos, just don't tag me in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're paid for it. Do whatever you want. I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I mean, today I sent raw footage for free, because the relationship was more important to me, because it's going to be an ongoing thing. The relationship is more important than making a couple extra bucks on raw footage. Have I sold raw footage before? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a very give and take thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's keeping your ego at check. Sometimes I'm like, no, you know better.
I like that.
Keep your ego at check. What are they really asking? Is this going to lead to this? Is this going to lead to that?
I like that.
You know what I mean? You got to kind of check yourself sometimes.
Good answer.
And I met a lady, and she asked me a similar question. Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, this person wants this. I'm like, just give it to them.
Yeah.
And she's like, really? I was like, yeah, just give it to them. And she ends up messaging me. She goes, thank you so much. I did what you said. They now booked me for 3 more jobs.
Wow.
So, and that's where, like, doesn't matter if you're a personal trainer, you're a nutritionist, you're a photographer, you're a videographer, you're running a business.
Yeah.
And 5% of what we do is actually shooting.
Mm-hmm.
95% of it is the people skills, the marketing, the negotiating, the sales. Yeah. It's all those other things, and the reading, the business books. Like, you do business books and stuff, right?
I don't.
Okay, so that's something we'll talk about.
Absolutely.
But it's all these other things besides the actual skill.
Okay.
Because you can have the best product in the world, or you can have the best skill in the world, but if no one knows about you, no one's going to use you.
Yeah.
So, like, I read probably 60 books a year, business books, things like that. And I don't mean in a bragging way. I just mean that's what makes me the person I am today.
Right.
The ability to ask the right questions, the ability to listen, 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
Yeah. The
ability to not act on emotion, realizing you make a mistake or you fail, it's not failing, it's only failing when you give up.
Yeah.
All these little things will help you become a better businessman or businesswoman.
Agreed.
The skill is secondary.
Agreed.
Does that kind of make sense?
Absolutely.
So yeah, getting back to like the footage, it's a personal thing. And then why are you doing it? Yeah, is it an ego thing? Is it going to benefit you? Is it
Right, absolutely.
I mean, do you do free work very often?
I do.
So do I.
I do like a lot of trades. I'll do a lot of trading.
Okay. What do you kind of trade for?
Just different service. Hair. You did a podcast with Christina.
Mm-hmm.
She does my hair, and I'll shoot for her. Or I was doing, like, if I know them and they're like good friends of a friend or something, and I've built a relationship with them, I'll shoot them. Like,
I do trades all the time.
Yeah.
I can tell you how many things I've traded for. Motels, tours, like so many things.
Eyelash extensions.
But it's what we do is so valuable, and it's becoming more and more valuable every day.
Everyone wants it.
So valuable. Everyone needs it.
Yep.
Not even everybody wants it. Tell me somebody who doesn't benefit from what we do.
Not many people.
Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen his video?
I have not.
He's like, a couple of years ago, you asked me what the best industry to be in, engineer, blah, blah, blah. He goes, you asked me today, content creation. Mm-hmm. Photographers, videographers, social media people.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you do, you need to be present on social media. The average person's on the phone 3 to 6 hours a day. You see the amount of crap I put out there on social media. Yeah. Who's standing out more, me or you, right? It's not a personal, it's not my work's better or worse. It's just, who's putting out more content?
Right.
Who's standing out more?
Right.
Who wants it more?
Absolutely.
That's all it is to it.
I'm posting like 3 videos today on TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, which is amazing. But then you need to back it up and do the next every day from the rest of your life.
Literally.
And I can honestly, this podcast has literally tripled my workload. It's insane the amount of work that's coming out of this.
But
I'm building this bigger, wider umbrella.
You can take so many different clips from the podcast itself. Then you have the whole video. You turn it into a YouTube. I'm not sure if you have your YouTube yet.
Yeah, this goes from YouTube, medium form, short form. The short form goes on TikTok, Instagram,
Twitter,
LinkedIn,
everything.
It goes on every platform. Then I extract the audio, which goes on Spotify, iTunes.
You should build a blog.
A blog is something I don't do, but that's something I know a lot of people do.
I built my own website from the ground up. I started like 3 years ago, and I started blogging like lifestyle, fitness, and then diabetes. And there's a lot of money in like blogging itself, and there's so many different opportunities through blogging. And so I'm been sitting on it. I think I'm going to start it back up again and just get my website back, and I'm going to start blogging again. But like my goal is to do videography, like travel video, like travel videography and photography.
It's the best.
I want to do it so bad. And so that's my goal by like the end of this year, is to be doing that.
Do you shoot when you travel?
I do.
It's the best thing, right?
I wish I was doing video and photography when I was in college. Because during college, I went to 35 states. I traveled everywhere.
Oh, really?
I was everywhere. And I was like, if only I had this skill set, or I knew I had this skill set way back when, But
then at least you're starting today and you're doing it.
Exactly.
Because I haven't shot a single thing in Australia.
Really?
I'm from Australia. There's kangaroos and beaches and all this cool stuff. I've never had a camera in my country with the skill I've got today.
You need to make that
Do you know the
trip.
crap I could pull off now?
Oh my God, spend a month out there, that'd be
Could
insane.
make the most epic stuff.
Epic.
But here I am in America and stuck in the desert. But I mean, when I travel, yeah.
Oh, for
I went
sure.
to Oregon this year, and waterfalls, like amazing. Once in New York, last year, amazing photos and footage, and
I can't wait. My boyfriend's from New York, so I want to go.
New York's amazing for like to do. I didn't shoot any video there. That's something I regret.
Really?
Do you do stock footage?
No.
Like sell stock footage? So I have maybe, I would say 2,000 to 4,000 clips online.
Really?
That I sell on stock footage. And do I recommend it? Yes and no. Because you need to upload it, you need to tag it, describe it, all this, and then you need to get it approved, and then it's online.
Interesting.
So the beauty is right now we could be talking, I get a text, hey, you just made $100 on this clip.
Oh, wow.
But I've got thousands up there and they don't sell very often. But sometimes I'll make $50, sometimes I'll make 500, sometimes I won't make anything for months on end.
Huh.
So it's
stock footage.
Like Pond 5, Black Box. There's a whole bunch of different ones.
Okay.
It's just like selling stock photos, but stock footage.
Huh. Okay.
So it might just be a shot driving down Las Vegas Strip with a gimbal out the window, just a 10-second clip. Someone in Germany's like, hey, I need a shot of the strip to put in this commercial in Germany. So rather than flying to Las Vegas to buy it, they just buy it
on there.
They just buy it on there.
That's sick.
So it's a way of making money, but you need to have a lot of clips before you can make
some good
any type of money that really matters. It's literally just pieces.
Man, I got loads of clips.
Yeah. And then if you got loads, now you got to go back through them, export them, extract them, upload them. It's a ton of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
So it's like that the effort you put in for what you get back type of mentality.
Absolutely.
So it's coming from someone who does it. I don't really know what to tell you.
Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. That's a smart idea to even just start. Say if you wanted to just start now, you could just
just get a couple.
Everything. Yeah,
I made $1,500 in one sale of a local wedding videographer because he wanted stock footage of the strip.
Oh wow!
So that was my biggest sale. He's like, "Can I just buy a whole bunch?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, $1,500 done." It's good for him. It's good for me.
Yeah, heck yeah.
But yeah, the individual one at a time. It's
a pain.
Can be quite painful.
Yeah.
So it's not on the gimbal yet. We need to get you into the gimbal. You're on the handheld. You shooting 4K?
Yes.
You do. Why 4K? 4K 60. Oh, you can't shoot 4K 60.
4K
24.
24.
Because we got the same camera.
Yeah.
Ooh. So why are you shooting 24 and 4K?
I feel like it's the best quality. Do you know? There's a photographer, videographer that's also very, very big in the fitness industry, and I was doing a behind the scenes video of when he was shooting of one of my friends. She hired me to do the behind the scenes for her. And he actually was teaching me some things on my camera, and he literally changed the game for me. And that's what he put the setting on. He said, use this all the time. It literally has the best settings, I think, on the camera for video.
Gotcha.
For what I do in the fitness.
Have to see what it is.
Yeah.
So my issue with shooting 24 frames is you can't slow it down.
Yeah.
And I'm huge on slowing footage down.
Really?
Huge. I don't shoot anything besides my podcast or someone talking. It's shot in 60 frames. Everything.
Slowing down meaning like...
the ability to slow motion.
There's a switch on the camera. It goes straight into slow motion. But
it's still at 24 frames, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, sorry, it's still at 60 frames. But to do 4K in slow motion,
I think
we can't do that on our camera, right? Because
I think we can. I think that's what I've been doing.
Well, you mean you export at 24 frames, correct?
Uh-huh.
So to be able to slow something down, you need to shoot it higher than 24 frames.
I'm going to take a look at it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I shoot everything at 60 with the ability to slow it down by 40%.
Huh.
So that I'm very big on that.
I'm still learning the Sonys.
And that's the thing, right? It's like, so I don't shoot 4K ever, and for a couple of different reasons.
Okay.
A bunch of different reasons, actually. Even this podcast, I could shoot at 4K, but I don't, because it takes up so much more memory. It takes so much longer to edit.
Yeah.
It takes so much longer to export.
Yep.
It takes so much longer to export back online. And people don't really justify it to pay any extra money. And my computer, I mean, if I had the hard drives to support it, the computer could process it just as quick. People saw the value in it, for sure. I did one podcast in 4K and it took me 5 times as long to get through it. I was like, it's just not worth the time and effort.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And the beauty about, and my camera doesn't shoot 4K 60, so I shoot everything at 60 with the ability to slow it down if I need to.
Gotcha.
That's weddings, promo videos, anything that's not talking, it's all shot in 60.
Okay.
And then if I want to slow it down, I can.
Yeah.
If I don't, it's still going to be the same. And I always export at 23.976, which is probably what you do as well.
Yeah.
So that's my issue of 4K.
I gotta take a look.
Do I love 4K? Absolutely. It looks amazing.
It looks great.
But it's all these other factors that come with 4K. I mean, my drone shoots 6K. Have I ever used it? No.
It shoots 6K.
So the only time I shoot 4K is when I'm shooting stock footage for the future.
Okay.
Because you're shooting for the future where it's going to stay more valuable for longer.
Yeah.
If I shoot 1080 today, 2 years time, people aren't going to want 1080. But they're definitely going to want 4K.
Yeah.
If I could shoot 6K, absolutely. Now it's going to last 4 or 5 years. That's the difference.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I need to get me a drone. I'm going to get a drone too.
I can teach you. We'll do a drone session.
I'm down.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's an individual thing, right? Everyone's different. Everyone's got different equipment. Everyone's got different budgets.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was having this conversation this morning too. There's a lot of stuff that you want, right? And do you need the need versus want situation? I feel like as a content creator, there's always something bigger and better.
Always.
What's your struggle? What do you want right now?
I want one of those cinema Sony cameras. I want like 3 more lenses. Shit.
There's so many things, right? There's like the mics that I'm using for this. Mics. You're like, hey, I've got mics. Like,
I'm getting a mic next week. Let me tell you, that is on my to-do list.
Mics are great.
Yeah.
Mics are really nice. You got to get clean audio.
And my boyfriend, he does the YouTube now. So I help him with it. I record his YouTube content.
Okay. Are you using a shotgun right now?
No, just the camera itself.
Just straight out. Gotcha. Yeah.
And then I have like a little tiny microphone on top.
Like yeah. These things are great.
Yeah.
Because you can be like, say, Blasio fountains with it going off, and you can mic someone up, and it cuts out all that background noise. Yep. It's there, but it's clean enough.
It's very clean. Yeah. I need to get those. It'd be good for everything, honestly.
Yeah, getting mics was. I love doing the voiceovers with the promo videos, and when you got that beautiful voiceover, or even like these clips, and then I'll put video over the top. It just sounds and looks so good and professional. It's really nice.
I like them. I've used a few of them, and then I have like friends who are in the same industry that have them as well. And I'm just like, I need to get these.
And you probably heard that saying, nobody will watch a good video with bad audio, but they'll watch a bad video with good audio.
Yes.
And that's 100%, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Bad audio is the worst possible thing you can do to someone.
The Sony cameras do have some good audio though. Compared to, I came from the Canon. The Canon was crap.
Was it really?
It was crap. So when I switched to the Sony, I was like, oh my gosh, I can hear everything on this thing. So it is better, but I definitely want the mics.
That promo video I just did for Rec Room, I didn't use a mic for it.
Really?
So the audio in it was just captured. Normally I don't use the audio, but I was like, I kind of like the sound of this stuff breaking. I'm going to use it. And it was fine.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I didn't jack the audio up or anything. It was just like in camera. So I was like, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Normally I'll definitely put some type of mic on it.
Yeah, I think these are great investments. Great investments. It's definitely, I would love to hear better the voice better.
We're going to line up with gimbal, some audio.
We're going to get all set up.
Yeah. I mean, even this podcast, ideally I like to have 2, if not 3 camera angles, better lighting.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's working.
It works.
And it's getting traction and people are shocked where it's actually done and how it's done. But it's like that perfectionist paralysis. Yeah. Everybody wants the coolest, greatest, newest stuff. But I'm like, just literally pick up what you've got. What's the best camera? The one you've got on you.
The one Exactly.
What phone do you have?
I have the 14 Pro Max.
Oh, so bomb.
Yeah.
I got 13 and it's great.
Shoots about the same as the damn camera.
Yeah, that thing does an amazing job.
I was like, okay. So I'll shoot my boyfriend in the camera in the gym, and then I'll put this on a tripod and I'll shoot myself, and I'm like, mine looks better. I'm just kidding.
And it's waterproof and all that good stuff.
Wait, it's really waterproof?
Yeah. All these, like the cold plungers I've been doing lately, they're all shot with a phone.
Oh,
so this watch is waterproof. I'm like, everything's waterproof. I didn't really know.
I
had to be the one to test it out.
I'm too scared.
I was the same. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that I was Googling on the way to do the cold plunge. And I was like, says it's waterproof. We're about to find out.
Try it out.
Totally waterproof.
Does it ruin the phone at all?
Yeah, like 30 feet deep or something.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sick. I'm so using it underwater soon.
No more photos. End of the video. Gonna start traveling more.
Yes.
What's the, I guess, the goal would be to quit your job eventually.
Yes.
Do what you love. What type of stuff do you want to shoot outside the fitness? Like, what do you feel the calling towards? Like for me, I love the adventure stuff. Yeah, I'm just, if I could go to Australia and I could shoot just some kangaroos, everything like that would be a dream. Climb some trees, find some koalas. Yep, that would be a freaking dream. I'm very like nature type stuff. Yeah, nature, or honestly, if I could get back into doing maternity, but making it a little bit more creative, like going around the world shooting different mothers that I don't even know. Get specialized at that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Like a wedding traveling videographer, but doing it for maternity. Exactly. Oh, you could charge some serious money for that. Yeah. I think that's that perception though, right? Yep. I think I have the like I said, I like creating a story. I like to tell people's stories. So either that or inside when moms are giving birth, inside the birth hospital. Wow. I would love to do video for that. Really? So that would be interesting. That's not something I want to do. Yeah. But I could see a lot of people wanting that and the value of it. My friend, she does photography for the moms that have their babies at home. I don't know what's that called, or in the hospital. And it's a really big thing now. And so she's literally on call because you... Exactly. So it's, but I mean, birth takes forever. So is she getting paid hourly? She gets paid, yeah. I mean, because I got a daughter. I mean, that was 16-hour deal or something. I was 18. I was yeah, I mean, I don't know. Even $100 an hour, you racking up a big bill there. Right. But how does she charge for it? I think she does charge hourly. Gotcha. How much? Do you know how much she charges? Maybe I need to get into this. Yeah. Yeah. That's low. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay. It'll turn off, but the camera will stay down. No, you're good. Everyone does it, actually. Oh, really? Because it's only that's the thing, it'll last 45 minutes and then just shuts off. But the camera's still running. Gotcha. You just can't see it anymore. Okay. and you feel my pain because you're like, oh my God.
freak me out. I'm like, why is this not working?
I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a goal. And honestly, it's something I've been thinking about. It didn't really pop into my head until recently. That's like, this is what I want to do, or this is like what it would be. This is my dream.
You find sometimes, like, I feel like there's something I'm learning to do is sometimes just stop and reflect.
I went back to all my old photos and I was like, what did I used to do? Like, what was I?
Yeah,
what
reflect on what I'm doing, why am I doing it, what do I actually want to do, and what am I doing now aligning with what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
most of us don't do that, right? Nope. Especially when you work a regular job, you just get so caught up just on the day to day. Weeks go by before you know it, it's the end of the year. You're like,
where'd it go? Where'd I go?
Yeah. I mean, I traveled a bit last year, but I want to travel a lot more this year. And I want to do photos and videos when I travel. Like, I love doing that stuff.
Same.
And I literally want to pin them up all around the wall. And
I think that'd be sick.
Yeah. I actually thought about, like, maybe actually getting my photos and pinning up on the wall here, making that. Because that's what I do. That's what I'm passionate about.
Big portraits.
I got 2 big ones in the living room with my dogs.
Oh, there you go.
Every single person who walks in the house comments on them.
I did not see them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll have to show you. But they're on big canvases. But they're $150 each to get the canvases done.
Yeah.
So they're not cheap.
They're not cheap at all, but they're beautiful.
Like, I got this cool picture of One World Tower in New York.
Okay.
Got this picture of this cool waterfall in Oregon. Got this pier in San Diego.
Yeah, hang your work up.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't put it up. And the beauty is if I hang it up, people are like, oh my God, who did that? I'm like, that's me.
That's me.
How do I hire you? Or it could literally be free advertising up here.
Exactly.
People are like, I didn't know you were a photographer.
Exactly.
I thought you were a fitness guy. I thought you were this. Exactly. I think everybody thinks I'm like this fitness dude because half my guests are fitness.
Yeah.
It's just something I'm very passionate about.
Yeah. I think you have a good span of people that you talk to.
I try to keep as wide as possible.
I like that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's so cool to have you to be able to talk about cameras and like this geek out on.
You've been chopping it up.
Geek out on Sony stuff. Yeah. So when you travel, what do you want to do? You want to make like travel videos or photos?
Travel videos.
You want to make them fancy of the transitions and things? Or you want to... Have you seen the ones like Sam Colden and those guys? They do a lot of the masking and the fancy stuff.
I have not.
A lot of presets.
Okay.
Or you want to just kind of piece together a nice
I kind of want to like piece it together.
Yeah.
But if depending on how it looks, I'm like, as you can tell, I started and I still do like a lot of just natural everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I kind of like it more than adding a bunch of different things to it because you get a feel more for that person and like the environment
opposed to just slapping stuff there.
Yeah.
I think the continuity is probably the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
Like letting it flow.
Yeah.
If things are moving forward, keep them moving forward.
Exactly.
Opposed to left, right, up, down, in, out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's very kind of jerky. Actually, I got a question for you. The first thing you shot, how bad was it? And what did you notice you did wrong?
Oh man, that thing was so fuzzy. It was like the quality of the video. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just shooting with a camera that I had just got. I didn't know what I was doing with it. So it was super fuzzy. You couldn't even really tell. I had to look back. It was fitness. It was in the gym in Sacramento. And it was just terrible. The lighting was terrible. The editing was horrible. They loved it at the time. I was good at the time. To them, to people in that area. Yeah. But I look back at it now, I'm like, that was a 2-year-old's work. They've never shot in their life, and it shows. If
you got someone out there looking to do what we do, though, right? They got to know that your first video is going to suck.
Yeah.
I literally saw Mr. Beast talking about YouTube. He's like, your first 100 videos are going to be awful.
Yeah.
But you've got to make those 100 videos to learn. It's the same thing what we do, right?
Yep.
You've got to fail forward. You can't expect to be good. You've got to put the time in.
Absolutely.
My first video was like in a drone, and the drone's and it's so awful to watch, and I hate watching other people do videos like that. But it's the first thing I did.
And you look back at it, you're like,
so bad.
I'm kind of proud of it. I'm proud of where I'm at, though. I'm proud of where I'm at.
And it's cool to see the journey, right? The progression.
Yeah.
Are you I'm very big on doing everything in camera and not much on the editing side.
Yeah.
especially with photos. Same. What do you like with that?
I hate editing.
Yeah, even video, you hate editing? I used to love it, and I'm at a point now I'm like, I kind of don't want to edit much
I hate
anymore.
editing.
I kind of want to start outsourcing all my editing.
It's kind of fun to... I catch myself comparing to other videographers sometimes. So I look at my work, and then I'll see other people's work. I'm like, I want to do that. Like, why can't I do that? Or why am I not doing that? And I'll like play with it, and then I'll make something that's just originally like what I like to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I like this better. Like I don't like editing much. No, it's not fun for me. I enjoy being there in the moment more.
And the thing is too, like I remember spending like 25 hours editing a travel video, probably the longest edit I've ever done. And it's like nobody commented, nobody liked it,
nobody understands the work that goes behind it.
It's cool and the whole thing flows, but I'm like, it's really just was for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, whereas I can piece together something very quickly and people, oh, that's a great video.
Exactly.
Like, no, not really, but
to you. But it's like to the outside, it's like it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's I think just being there in the moment and capturing like just little clips of certain things and just throwing it together, the emotion, and like they feel like they're there. If they can feel like they're there, like they want to be there, I think you've done your job.
What's with your confidence in shooting, what's the progression been like? What I mean by like, I'd be shooting, I'd be hiding, trying not to bother anybody. Now I literally get in the middle of the road and stop traffic to get the shot I need.
I'm still there. I'm still like...
You're kind of hiding back in the corner.
Yeah, like I think I like to be a fly on the wall. I'll just like sit back and let... People are like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, just do your thing. Like, don't worry about me. I'm over here.
I'm the opposite now.
Yeah.
I've done so much, but now they're like, need you here, this, that, you stand, hey, you're on the road. Like,
I think that's also...
Not in a rude way, but I've just learned to get... I know what I need to get, and I know what it's going to take to get that shot.
Yeah.
And like, okay.
I think it depends on the situation. If it's in the gym, I'm kind of more comfortable in the gym now. Depending on who I'm with or who I'm shooting. If they know what they're doing, I get to just sit back. I haven't really filmed anyone who doesn't like know what they're doing.
I mean, the gym's pretty easy too because everyone's just doing the workout.
Doing the same thing.
You can just get a better angle or something.
Yeah. So I'm pretty good with my angles. I'll tell people to move, or like I'll move certain ways, and I'll get right in front of them if I need to. I'll get very close up. I don't care. Yep. I'll be right in their face. I don't like, it doesn't bother me. But anywhere else, I think once I expand a little bit, I'll be able to get that confidence and like... Yeah,
there's so much that comes with the growth of it, right?
Yeah.
It's not just getting better behind the camera, it's getting better at talking to people, and even like the business point of view, being able to sell yourself, negotiate, like quote over the phone and quote quickly. Yeah. That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
That's something at first I was like, but now I've kind of got a baseline of where I'm at and where I can negotiate with, and learning to say no too.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. Because
I mean, when you end up doing something cheap that you don't want to be doing, you don't want to be there and it shows.
Exactly.
And that's not a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it shows in your work a little bit too. It shows in your work.
Absolutely, right. If you're half-assing it because you're half-assing and paid.
I've learned that. So I started recently just kind of starting to say no to certain things and pulling myself back.
And that's the thing, right? Having more money behind you gives you the ability to say no too. I hate being nickel and dimed.
Yep. Me too. Yeah. I think I was there for so long. I kind of just like...
Well, when you need the money, right? It's
when you need it, and it's like, well, what else am I gonna do?
Yeah, I'm only gonna sit at home because my ego said like no.
Yep. Man.
But yeah, when you get paid what you want to get paid to shoot what you want to shoot, it's perfect.
It's good.
It's ideal.
It's good. Yeah. I think getting like my quotes together, I kind of do person by person. I think having a set standard of what I want is something that I need to start working on as well.
That's the tricky bit. What? How do you generally price things? Do you price it per hour? Or
per hour.
Where are you kind of at?
I'm at like $150 to $200 an hour right now.
Okay, I mean that's not bad, right?
Yeah.
I started at 100.
Yeah.
I think video I started even lower than that.
I think my issue is like the people want to become your friends, then take like advantage of you.
That's because you're stuck in that little industry, right?
Yeah, so I kind of just have to like pull myself back and set a standard so that it doesn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's part of this. That's part of the journey, right?
Part of the learning
part
process.
Of the growth.
For sure.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
Anything I can do to help you, training, work together, shoot each other.
That'd be great.
Yeah, let's do it. Because I need more friends who are into this stuff.
Me too. I don't know anybody.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, so I see you online. I think, oh, she's killing it. She's doing a thing. I had no idea that you don't know anyone else that does it.
I know a lot of people, but like in the actual like who do videography.
Yeah.
All my friends are like back home that do it. I don't know anybody out here that really.
Yeah, let's do it then. Yeah.